All right, Jeff, man, I've been waiting for this one.
Yep.
This has been awesome. My good friends, Chip Doty and Chip Eddleman of Mudflap King are here today. Everybody, let's go. Thank you. Sorry. Give you some hack sound right out of the gate.
We have never heard that.
So by now in our intro, that's we didn't hear yet. I've given context about, how you and I go way back. The three of us go way back. So Jeff, just sit back.
Yeah, I was just going to bring a cardboard cutout of myself today and stick it in the chair.
If you're not watching, Jeff has a recliner right now that he brought in for this one. But man, it's so great to have you guys here.
Man, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
It is so awesome. It's funny how our paths cross every few years.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we follow each other on Facebook, but then randomly out of nowhere, hey, can you play with us?
Yeah.
I'm like, sure. It's been a few years. And
set list changed.
Big time. I had to learn a lot of country, my friend. I was like, man, what happened to the old brick house?
Yeah, right.
So then now we get this podcast, and it was like, oh, we got to get the guys in here, So this is so much fun to have you guys here.
We're excited.
We've been looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. So, well, great. You guys are coming in from Arlington. I appreciate the drive. So Mudflap King has been around for 20 plus years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Chip started playing together probably 20 years ago. Over 20 years.
2002, something like that. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, we had a mutual friend. Well, the guy I used to play with, he worked with Chip's aunt, and that's how we got hooked up.
So that's how you met?
Yeah.
You guys met?
Yeah, I was actually supposed to come and see the other guy.
Let me get on the mic.
She knew I played guitar. She's like, hey, you need to come see this guy I work with. And I went, and Chip was the guy he was playing with, and we got to talking, and like, hey, let's do it.
It was love at first sight, wasn't it?
He was a hell of a lot better than
I like your name, man.
What's your name, Chip? Mine too.
Oh, no way. You want to start a band?
Are we best friends now?
Yeah, right.
It was, I'm going to just... I bet you didn't realize I have all these hack sounds. That's
great.
It's a box of gimmicks.
I love
what it is. I met Chip Eddleman. I met you on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Back when they had men to men.
Like
anybody up for some wet work?
I searched guys with mustaches. But I had just moved from Nashville in Horn Lake, 2011, and found you guys on Craigslist. You had an ad for a bass player. Talked for a minute, and then I showed up at Boiling Point.
Oh, yeah.
That was my audition. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I do.
You got the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did Brick House and another thing, and I just sat in and we played, and it was a lot of fun.
Dude, I remember that now.
Yeah.
I would have never.
Yeah.
I would have. Who was playing bass with us?
I'm glad it was so special for you guys.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, since I had just moved here, not only were you guys the first band, you were my first job. Seriously.
I'm glad we could put you through college.
I know, man. But it was so we sat in, and I sat in, and there we were. It was fun. And,
it was good.
Pretty
Pretty
good
much
time,
right off the bat, man. Yeah.
I can't remember what was the name of your bass player before me.
Was it
Jimmy Bass?
Jimmy? That was Jimmy, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That name sounds familiar.
Another Mississippi guy.
Jason Persico on drums.
Persico on drums, yeah.
The legendary Jason Persico.
He was a Craigslist find as well. He was fresh in town from
Miami, I think.
Miami, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's Florida roots. So, Jeff, you'd have enjoyed watching Jason Persico. He was a character back then.
He was.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
He was.
Oh, man.
Good drummer. Good drummer.
Yeah. But you always
big personality.
Yeah. Tempos.
Yeah.
Little you never know what you're gonna get.
he liked him.
Or bar tab.
And we're picking because we can pick on this guy.
Right.
Like, trust me. We can it's fine. We don't talk shit about everyone, but we do with Jason.
Yeah. We need to have him in for an interview here in the near future so he can defend himself.
Have you guys seen him? Has he popped up?
He moved back down to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we still keep in touch with some text and
But hadn't
stuff
seen
like that.
him. I don't know if he comes into town much at all anymore. No.
It's been probably 5 years since we ate dinner one night.
Oh yeah.
Me and Alexis and him when he was in town.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see him again. So I just got to play with you guys again on St. Patty's.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
It was,
dude.
man.
That was fun. You know, I forgot 64s got smoking, so I had a full blown code red allergy attack.
Oh, I don't doubt
during
it.
the setup.
Yeah.
It was bad.
That room
built-in-
is historically brutal.
Yeah.
Even when they quit smoking in there for a little bit, it was still,
Oh, yeah.
you can't get it out of the walls.
So they tried it and decided no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the place will always smell like a casino. Like casinos will always have that certain smell.
I know.
That's a
I
fact.
want to just hang up some of my guitars in there just to age them. Like,
Like a
get
smoke
that kind
house.
of natural relic look. I mean, it
To
would.
age them,
Yeah.
get that film on them.
Yeah, for sure.
The
Maybe
nicotine yellow, man.
Yeah.
Take a
And-
brand new Les Paul and hang it in there for a
hey, it
year,
makes-
and it
it
looks
make-
like a 60s model.
Right, it makes a beautiful guitar.
That's where I put my deer jerky.
Smoking. Speaking of casinos, we used to play Roadhouse a lot. Now,
Yeah.
what is that? A parking lot now?
Yeah,
What's
I don't know
going
what
on down there.
That's
Gosh,
where
man.
gamblers go to die.
I mean, when we were playing there, that's back when they had the bull riding.
They did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and
That was entertaining for us, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Sitting behind the bar watching whoever
Yeah.
out there trying to ride that bull. Sometimes
no one was watching us. That's for sure. That was always such a dead gig.
Oh my
God,
gosh,
it
it was
was.
terrible. And then me and Joe Austin used to do some Sundays. We'd come in from playing out of town or
Yeah.
whatever, and literally sleep in the parking lot until our gig that night.
Oh man,
And there's a picture of me or of the looking out in the crowd and nobody. You can't even see anybody gambling. Like it's terrible.
I know, man.
Yeah.
I lived the casino world for many
Good
years.
grief.
The only experience I have playing casinos was with you.
Yeah.
And the last time that you and I played a gig together down there, it was dead.
Yeah, resorts, I believe.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah.
all of them.
Last time we played, it's probably been 5 years or so with
I can't even remember.
Donnie Mars. And it was you,
That's right.
Oh,
we were
yeah,
called
yeah.
the Cow Tippers.
the Cow Tippers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Donnie Mars
Juno
and
play?
Juno.
It
Yeah,
was
Juno
us
played
three,
too,
Juno
yeah.
and Donnie. Donnie Mars. It
Forgot
just
about that.
thrown together. You know,
Was that how long ago was that?
God, I think
was a while
it was
ago.
longer.
It may have
than
been more than
5,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, way, before COVID. I know that much. Definitely
Oh,
before
yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
18, 19 probably.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just a 2-night deal.
I think you guys should do that again.
We had a ball.
It was
fun.
actually
fun.
a lot of fun.
We could
2
do that
nights.
again.
Yeah.
And honestly, we could do it without rehearsal. Well, we did it without rehearsal.
Yeah, we
We
just showed up.
We never rehearsed.
And another example of came out of nowhere. Next thing I know, I'm playing with you guys again. We're catching up, and then we don't see each other again for 2 years.
Right.
You know, but it's cool. We have our lives and
It is.
families.
Hey, it just kind of fit right in there.
Well, if you
No.
if you 5 guys play a gig, you will have at least one person in the audience.
Yes.
I'm coming.
Well, one of the nights. You can't guarantee both nights.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Joe Austin. You guys keep in touch with Joe. Contacts Joe Austin. Jeff knows Joe enough to know. We were trying to get him on here.
Yeah.
And
Well, we had him scheduled, and he had to cancel because he had something out of town.
yeah. So
he's still gigging a lot.
he's
yeah.
an awesome fiddle player, and
guitar player.
guitar player
Yeah.
and songwriter and singer and everything. But when I first met him, he was clean shaven. He came up and sat in with us. It's a weird memory I have, but we were playing Trinity Lane, Mulligan's Trinity, and he was all clean shaven. He came up and sat in on Sweet Home Alabama. It's like, poor guy.
Man.
Why'd we do that to him?
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Any
but
song.
but I bring
With that
up
one.
I bring up Joe because I ended up living with him. You know,
Yeah.
you
Oh, that's
guys
right.
remember
Luke's
that?
house.
At Luke's house?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So Luke was the sound guy for you guys for years, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
Luke Owens, yeah.
And
Still does it from time to time.
the St. Patty's.
Yeah.
You know, he and I hadn't seen each other in years since I moved out of that house. But I had hit a crossroads in my life, and I had to move away from a certain house, and I needed to find a place. I actually lived in a hotel for 2 weeks, one of those like extended stays ones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I think I just texted Joe, throwing it out there, like, "Hey, man, if you know of anyone, I need a room and this and that." And he's like, dude, I can use a roommate. He was renting a 2-bedroom house from Luke.
Yeah.
It was Luke's house. So I'm like, sweet. Next thing I know, I'm living with Joe Austin, the messiest fucking person on earth.
I was waiting on you to say something about that. Yeah. Oh, Sloppy Joe, man. Love that guy. But
So
he's going to be pissed.
And I know there's so much inside stuff here, but this is one of those episodes where we're just reminiscing and catching up. So we apologize to anyone that, especially you, Jeff. Jeff's just sitting
I'm
there.
good.
So then about 6 months later, he ended up moving back to Pontotoc, and then I took over the house, which was cool. But over the years, Joe's been playing with you. He played with you a lot there for a while. I was basically like a new member. Right?
Yeah, him and Matt came in. Yeah. Matt Carter, our bass player.
Yeah,
and they there was a package deal. They had a band that had recently, I guess, split up or whatever, and man, we were grateful to have both of them. Matt's a great bass player, and great. Joe was an awesome asset as far as backup vocals, lead vocals,
guitar,
the fiddle. Yeah, I mean, he
excellent
freaking kills
player,
and it really opens up your playbook when you have something like that. As far as
there we go.
Just stick it in your mouth.
He wants to eat it.
But Joe was awesome, and me and him wrote a bunch of songs together. Matter of fact, the current single I have,
it's
he
Give a Dang.
Yeah,
he co-wrote that with you. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, which that song is highlighted by now. If you're watching this full episode on Publish Day, there's going to be a clip coming up this week of your single, which we can get into more here.
Yeah, I didn't mean to jump. I was just saying, as a songwriter, Joe's
just a self promoter. You want to network with the big leagues. You gotta watch your self promotion, man.
Do you mind scooting over?
Frustrating.
Let me get on the shot here. Is this better? Perfect. Further.
Perfect, right there.
That mustache takes up all.
It does. That's why I wore these glasses so I don't get poked in the eye.
It's almost like one of those big Texas foam hats. It's a mustache.
So you're a fireman. Is that why you have like the best fireman mustache on planet?
So I started growing it. We always do a thing called the Mustache Bash, and it raises money for cancer and stuff like that. Plus, it just gives people something to talk about. So I already started growing it on September the 11th.
Because it's like a contest, right?
Yeah. Which I am like a 2 or 3 time champion.
Yeah,
so
the reigning champion.
He's a 3-peat.
I mean, if he's kind of got it groomed. Like he can get that thing going like wild.
My wife maybe shave it, tame it down a little bit.
I've been growing this for a year and a half, so I don't get much facial hair. It takes me a minute.
Which is such a big mustache for a little guy, and it's so weird.
I've gotten kind of used to like seeing it now, but man, when he would just grow it just for that deal, and it's just the funniest thing. Like,
it's like
I wouldn't see him for a couple weeks, and then it's like, man, do they even let you near school? Like, it would trip me. And I'm getting so much.
Do you have fuzzy dice hanging from your rearview mirror?
Like my kids are like, I swear that's my dad. Like he's cool. He's good. Like he's
like walking with his kids, and like people are like, man, do we need to like call for help?
It's like a Lego figurine that drives a truck. Sorry. Oh, that's good stuff. But yeah, man, you're a fucking firefighter, man. So how long have you been?
Just started my 9th year.
Wow, man. And all in Memphis, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, back early 2000s, I was at Arlington.
Oh, okay.
For a little bit, but
what?
And got out of it altogether. I had to go back to EMT school. I think I've asked this before, but what made you go in that direction? So, me and a buddy of mine, Bubba, had a landscape company, and I just always felt like there was something more.
It was called Delta
Lawn and Landscaping, yeah. Which he still has all that.
Oh, okay.
So one night I was laying in bed and I was like, and I think either Alexis was pregnant or we had just had Levi, and I was like, God, you got to show me something, man. Like,
yeah,
I feel like there's something else that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Dude, the next morning, and I was 36 or 37 at that time. And so the next morning, man, I'm getting ready to go to work and watching the news, putting my shoes on. And on the news, it's like, hey, Memphis Fire Department is hiring. And they've upped the age requirement of 40. It was 35.
that was a deciding factor.
And I'm like,
you got to jump in.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's it. That's it.
You took that as the sign.
And so.
Oddly enough, that's the same way I got involved with this podcast. God, you got to show me something. And he calls.
It's called purgatory.
My wife said, "What the hell are you thinking?" It's Derrick, babe. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that was that. That's it, man. Like,
and then that's.
So I called my wife.
Yeah.
I knew once I finally knew that she was up and getting going. I said, "Hey, you're not gonna believe this. I'm going back to EMT school and I'm getting hired on the fire department." And she was like, "What?" Because we'd been together, well, since she was 19, a long time, and she didn't know anything about fire stuff at all because I never talked about anything. And she was like, "Yeah, I think you're crazy, but
it just comes out of left field.
Left field, yeah, for sure." So and that's it, man.
So, honey, just want to let you know I'm going to be a fucking hero.
Oh yeah, and I'm going back to school, so I'm only going to be working like 3 days a week.
Yeah. And you're stuck with the kids all week.
Yeah.
So, well, good for you,
man. Well, that was it. Awesome. Yeah, so that was it.
That's awesome.
I love it.
I remember seeing those pictures, man. I was like, look at Eddlemen go.
I mean, I would rather be playing music.
Because
wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, what happened to the degenerate that I used to hang out with?
Oh, he's still there.
He fits in perfect with
that
the fire
department.
You know how to turn it on and off.
Yeah. It's funny because I'm kind of normal compared to those guys.
But yeah, there was some partying back in the day, and
there still is. I mean, he'll tell you, man, we still have a good time.
Well, I talk about, not in depth, but I have quit drinking. Mm-hmm. I'm working on 9 years.
I remember that.
But my time with the 8 months, I think it was, the time that I actually was, your bass player full time was only at 8 months, and I had not quit drinking yet. And boy, did we have fun.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. I mean, not a good thing, hence why I had to quit. But there was many mornings I woke up like, how the hell did I just get home?
Right.
We would tear it
or
up,
in my house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a fun night. Yeah, I got hammered and had to crash on Doty's couch. And yeah, that was interesting. It was an interesting next morning. Feeling so hungover. But
so does Mudflap King still play regularly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not as much as we used to. Of course, him being a fireman, everything kind of revolves around that schedule, and that messes up some weekends and stuff. You know, so yeah, we do still play. We get together and play when we can.
So you guys do the Chip and Chip acoustic, and then a lot of the Mudflap stuff now is 3-piece with just you two and a drummer.
A lot of it, yeah.
Yeah. And then
we're a buddy of mine, Casey Childs, we're trying to work him in as much as we can. He's in another band, but like he's a good singer and guitar player and a bass player. So trying to work in some bass a little more.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for the job. Thanks for the gig.
Yeah. Well, shouldn't have ever said that.
Last I remember, I was the #1 call on the list. But I guess it's because I can't sing. That's why I told you. It always fucks with me. I can't sing.
You should have went to St. Louis with us last week.
We tried to get you.
This is true. But my beautiful and wonderful daughter had a choir.
Yeah, nothing comes before that. So.
The Hernando High School Choir. They do 2 cool festivals. One in Ole Miss, and then one called Bluff City, which is at Northwest. And it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm not a baseball dad, band dad. I'm a choir dad. So I have my 2 big ones that I always look forward to. We get to go to the Ford Center at Ole Miss every year to watch the whole county, all the choirs in the county get to compete, and then they do it again in Senatobia. So the Senatobia one was when you all went to St. Louis.
Yeah, we had a good time in St. Louis, man.
I'm sure. Tell us about the gig. How did that happen? You guys don't travel.
Not much anymore.
No, that's the first time we've been out of town.
Which reminds me,
in a while.
I got a story I want to talk about the time we traveled.
Do we have to?
So St. Louis, how'd that roll out?
So our buddy used to be on the radio station here in town, Marty Brooks, and he's took a job in St. Louis, and he hooked us up with this club.
Cool.
And so we did a Friday and Saturday night up there, I guess.
Did a full weekend.
Yeah.
Makes it worth it.
A little rough because like tornado came through on a Friday night or Saturday night, and but we both went up a day early with our wives and stuff, and
made a little trip out of it. It was fun.
So we didn't make any money. It cost us a lot of money.
Yeah,
but it was well worth it. Though.
It's a trip. Right?
Exactly.
Right.
How was the crowd? What was the venue like? Pretty good.
Dude, it's like holds 500 people.
Yeah, it's a cool venue.
So it looked really empty.
Yes.
It looked really
yes.
It was really echoey.
Yeah, I mean,
they're never coming back.
But it was awesome.
Podcast.
Like it was awesome. You roll in and the setup was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great place. And
I was really fortunate with Mackenzie's Mill. When you do the club runs and the casinos, like you guys know the casinos real well in Tunica, but when you do the club runs, they always have a sound guy. They always have full PA, so you get to walk into those things, and you never know what you're going to get for some of them.
Right,
but it's not rolling into Mulligan 64 and unloading a trailer full of shit and setting it all up yourself.
Exactly.
Don't miss those
Dude,
days.
it's a 2-hour setup and a 2-hour breakdown.
Yes.
And it sucks. I mean, it's an 8-hour.
Oh yeah.
To roll in something like that.
I remember. I somehow, it wasn't spoken, but I kind of became in charge of lights when I played with y'all, and you guys still have the same shitty ass stands.
You don't know that. Oh yeah, you played St. Patty's Day.
My God. I can't believe it.
Hey, you know what Doty's in charge of though?
What?
His guitar.
Well, I didn't touch the lights in St. Patty's Day. I just rolled in, rolled out. Like, pay me later.
Yeah.
I didn't hang out for shit.
I couldn't blame you.
Yeah. But so we go to Mississippi. What was the name of that casino we did? You, me, the three of us in Persico.
Bocama.
That's it.
Bacoma.
Bacoma.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have their liquor license yet. Remember? We
right.
None of that shit. Well, so the gig was what it was. But we're coming home, and we're in, I think, your truck. I'm pointing to Doty. You two up front, and I think Persico's behind me. That's next to me. And I fall asleep. I'm rubbernecking, right? I'm just exhausted. All of a sudden, I hear everyone screaming while the truck is like halting at a very quick stop. I woke up like fucking screaming, man, heart attack. I thought we were running off the road.
Oh man,
fixing the rear end of a truck or something. And then you guys were like, "Welcome to the family, bitch." That's when I quit.
That's great. Oh, that's
y'all remember that?
I remember that. Yeah. Oh, we've done that. We've done that to so many people.
Yeah, it was like a rite of passage.
It pretty much is. Yeah. It's always the bass players that fall asleep too.
Yeah, just exhausted. I'm just tired of carrying y'all. That's why. It's fucking exhausting.
The easiest job, and you're the most tired one.
Easiest job.
All you gotta do is close your eyes and.
That's it. Bass face, you're not supposed to smile. If you do smile, you're weird as a smiling bass player.
Matt Carter's weird. Then he makes some of the funniest faces.
Yeah.
But he's awesome.
Yeah, Matt was cool. You keep in touch with Matt? Where's he?
Some, yeah, he's playing.
Man, yeah, he a little bit. Of course, we tried to get him to go to St. Louis with us too. We were reaching for.
Who'd you end up pulling? Who'd you get?
We got
Mike Hart.
Mike Hart.
He plays with Cruising Heavy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and he was great. Yeah, he came in clutch for us, and we got together one time, kind of did a quick run through of everything, and yeah, he was solid. So.
Yeah, I had to sit down and do some real woodshedding and learn and chart some songs for y'all for St. Patty's. I thought this is going to be fun. It's been a while, but I should be able to just jump right in. And then you guys give me a song list, and I'm like, I don't listen to country, So I see all these song titles I've never heard of, don't recognize.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, damn it, I got to work. Just wish I would have said no.
I don't blame you.
But, I have your show prepared. Like now I could jump in, bring my iPad, a little cheat sheet on the side. But now it's, it's in the pocket. So anytime you guys want to hire me.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
No, but
we'd love to hire you.
And I had to learn a lot of the stuff that he played when I first started playing with him because I didn't listen to country at all either.
Yeah.
Back then, especially like a lot of times, first time I'd ever heard a song was when we were playing it. And I'm just kind of following him, and then eventually, like maybe months or even years later, I'd actually hear the song. I'm like, oh yeah, I was playing that way wrong.
Oh my God. Why didn't anyone tell me?
Yeah,
Right.
I've been playing it wrong for years, right?
We don't play a song like the record hardly ever. Right. We don't play a song right ever.
Yeah, and knowing that, when I did have, sit and chart a bunch of stuff for you, I didn't get crazy on the charts. It was just enough for the structure. I wasn't like, chorus number 2, there's an extra bar of 2 there. I'm like, I know they're not going to play that.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
That's too hard. They're not going to do that.
We may not even play all the chords. Like it's.
Oh, they're definitely different. There's sometimes they're different chords, But I always have fun playing with y'all. It's always fun.
Yeah, it's a blast, man.
Yeah, we have a good time. Yeah. But we used to do 64 and Trinity a lot.
That was the Mulligans tour.
Yeah, the Mulligans tour.
Yeah.
We did. I think we did Dan McGinnis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we did one in South Haven, and
I
think it's something different now. But the one at Spotswood.
I don't think I did that one. I don't think, but I just remember now because Minglewood Hall, because me and Jeff we just were there.
Halloween.
We watched tour.
Halloween.
So then years ago, you guys, we did a Halloween party there.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about, Eddlemen brought in, I think it was like a 65-ounce bottle of Jägermeister. Had the squirt top like it was a big fucking thing of ketchup. And you just roll up and bam. Oh, yeah. Man, I
really should have been at that show.
And we were dressed up like...
I was a zombie. You were a zombie.
We had...
That picture pops up every year.
Every year.
Every year.
You got like blood or something on your face.
It's all dried up and crusty and looks stupid. You had that cool... What were you with the goggles?
Steampunk.
The steampunk.
What was Jason? I can't remember.
Drummer.
Pedophile.
On a registry.
I was going to say, with that mustache, he should have went as a porn star.
I didn't have it then.
He didn't have porn status back then. But that was, I don't remember much of the show.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, seriously, that was a bad thing to have back then. And that was also, that was part of my Jaeger phase back then, Jaeger bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Just choking that Red Bull down.
That's probably the last time
that was
I had
a fun party. That was kind of like it was the Stonewall Halloween parties we started doing like several years before that.
Because it was my first and only, but you had done it before.
Yeah.
Right?
We had.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the Stonewall thing has been going on for a long time, and it's actually started out at a guy's house on Stonewall, and then they just kept the name Stonewall, and it'd be different venues. It was the old 616 on Marshall Avenue.
Yeah, had it there a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Jeff knows all
those old clubs.
You guys, Stage Stop, Rascals, these names come up constantly.
Yeah, we never did Stage Stop, man. Yeah. We never did it. I don't really know why. It's
probably not our thing, really, honestly.
Well, apparently back in the day, like late 80s, early 90s, it was like the hotbed for the metals, the hard rock scene.
Right. Yeah.
That's why it keeps coming up constantly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, before knowing all that, I looked at Stage Stop as some ghetto place, and then I was like, I wonder what goes on in there. Just thinking, it probably smells like an ashtray and has a pool table in it. Well,
it did.
And then it closes. So okay, whatever. And then this podcast brings in all these artists from back in the day.
Oh yeah,
it's like legendary. So I'm like, man, I've been picking.
Sure.
Yeah.
I had you just don't know.
It's our version of the whiskey.
Yeah. Everybody Rite of Passage. Everybody played there.
Yeah. I think some deals probably got signed in that place.
Oh, no question.
So let's talk side projects. Chip Eddleman is also Chip Knox. I want to get to that too, but also. Doty, you have a little side thing going too, so let's talk about that before we get to the rock star.
Oh yeah, man. I started playing with some guys towards the end of last year, and kind of friend of a friend deal. Got to talking, and he played a little bit. Actually saw him playing banjo. His name's Joey Sluter. He lives in Collierville, and we would kind of play together at parties. You know, I'd bring a guitar, he'd bring a banjo, guitar, and stuff, and then he's like, I got a couple guys I'll play with in the garage. We call it Garage Mahal, and doing that kind of on a weekly thing. And I just kind of started going out there and playing with those guys and
cheating on me.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, I like it just a lot different than what we play in Mudflap King. You know, it's kind of got more bluegrass feel, rootsy stuff, old country, like really old outlaw country, Waylon, you know, Willie, all those old guys, and just a different vibe. So it's fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, so
Park Hillbillies is the name. So
what is it?
Park Hillbillies.
Park Hillbillies or Park Hillbillies?
Park Hillbilly, 3 words. So
okay.
He lives on Park Hill Drive in Carterville. So
dude, you can't say that.
I didn't give the number right.
38567.
There you go.
So
but no, it's fun. Yeah,
that name reminded me of something else back when we were playing Trinity one day. You know, the name of the band is Mudflap King. And on the board, they had you as Mudflap King. Like, what the hell was a flap king?
That kind of stuck, didn't it? I remember, yeah.
I did.
I pointed it out. I was like,
Flap King.
Mudflap King.
That's awesome.
Dude, we've been called Mud Slap.
Mudflat King.
And like everybody always adds the S on the end.
And I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
For sure. Mudflap Kings.
Yeah.
Done that plenty of times.
Yeah.
Mud Flap Kings.
Mudflap Kings. Flap Kings. Here at 8 o'clock sharp. I just thought that was funny as hell.
That did stick.
So, Chip Eddleman, solo career. This just kind of popped up, at least in my lexicon here, over the last year or so. Right?
I might have something for you.
So, Chip Knox, everybody. Let's get that up to the camera.
Those are hot and steamy right off my back pocket.
That's awesome.
Chip Knox. So, Knox.
I splurged for the neoprene and double-sided print.
Sweet.
Dude, thank you, man.
Fancy.
Is of course when I first noticed this.
We keep props here. This is there's a secret to this one too. We'll explain
We'll
off
have to
the
get
air. You guys can see the
the
possum meat
and the matching attire. Me and Jeff, the shirts we're wearing.
I see that. Yeah, I noticed that.
Joke
Yeah.
there too.
if you watch the May 8th episode, you'll learn all about sweet pear. And it's pretty damn funny.
We're actually doing our first watch party at Sidecar Memphis. If you guys want to come out.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Really?
May 8th.
May 8th. Okay.
So come on out.
Yeah.
But so
Bring a guitar.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
you can't pay them, Jeff.
I know.
We don't care.
So when I
We didn't make any money in St.
Who
Louis.
gets paid?
So when I first noticed your new page and this whole new deal for you, I was like, Knox, I get that. You're a huge Volunteers fan.
Yep.
Knoxville. It was so fun when we played St. Patty's night because it was the night Memphis was playing.
Oh boy.
Oh, so I'm gonna get Chip some heat here. So it works out where in between songs it's down to like 11 seconds and it's just super tight and close. So we don't play. We're just sitting there waiting and watching. Of course, there's timeouts and left and right and we lose in dramatic fashion.
Memphis should have won that.
And-
Like I don't know why they didn't win.
Game over, one beat, and Eddleman calls out friggin' what?
Rocky Top.
And we just jump right in.
Oh, wow.
And I barely remember how to play it, so now I'm having to jump in. But
It was kind of one of those things like, I know I shouldn't do this.
Which made him want to do it.
Chip Doty is a huge Memphis Tigers fan. Like,
yeah,
we go back and forth.
I do not like the Vols.
He does not like to sing.
You had to play the
and
song.
I don't know why he even played it.
I was shell shocked, like probably everybody else in there.
because it was a shitty way to lose.
Oh man!
Well, and there was stuff thrown on stage. Like they're like,
It was last second bucket by the other team.
dude,
That's it.
we're playing that song and like out of the corner of my eye, I see like ice or something just flying by, and I'm like,
At our stage?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize people were throwing shit at us. I was playing with my eyes closed.
More than
that's why.
usual, yeah.
So
yeah.
I just looked, yeah, more than usual. So I just looked. I blamed it on you. I mean,
Who's the new guy?
Yeah.
So tell us, about how that all came to be. What made you finally realize that you wanted to kind of be a solo artist?
So that's how I actually started out back in the, I guess, early 90s when I was it's about 17. I was on an independent label.
Really?
And so I had some songs over in Germany, Europe, and so
wow,
they had actually changed my name to Chip Eddie.
Chip Eddie.
Which is so stupid sounding.
Chip Eddie.
Chip Eddie.
It sounds Italian.
Yeah, right. We
You want some Chipetti with that?
So,
Chipetti Flap King.
So it never, nothing really ever.
Yeah.
It was an independent label, and back then if you weren't on a major label, like that was kind of the driving stuff.
But damn, I never knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So then, we played together, but then I just kind of quit writing and stuff, and then here I am now, 46, and really started the solo thing again at like 45 or whatever. Just started writing a bunch of songs, like kind of, I don't know how you get your second wind or whatever it's called, a rebirth or whatever.
Sure.
But
midlife crisis,
possibly. So it was either write songs or a Corvette, right?
Yeah.
Alexis was like, neither, please.
Yeah, neither. Yeah, because your songs suck.
Yeah. So you got 2 songs out there: "Give a Dang" and "Driver."
Yep. And so I'll be in the studio next week.
Oh, cool.
Recording 3 or 4.
Where do you record?
It's a little studio in Holly Springs.
Okay.
Randy Mayer is a producer on
in Holly Springs.
Mm-hmm. It's just a little. You wouldn't even know it was there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, so Driver was a song about a line of duty death for the Memphis Fire Department. He was responding to a call and got hit. The ladder truck did, and the driver, David Pleasant, passed away. And so I went home that next morning and just it just flew out of me.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I wasn't even writing that song. And then "Give a Dang" was written with Joe Austin.
I was going to ask if he was on the violin for that.
He is not. So one of Cody Johnson's guys, fiddle player and guitar player, is actually playing guitar and fiddle on that.
Awesome.
That's cool.
That sounds really good.
Yep.
Yeah. I would imagine
Joey Bartula.
Being a fireman is so unique, aside from the danger and what you do, but the fact that you live with your coworkers, literally.
You do. Yeah, 24 hours at a time.
Yeah, so that relationship must get really strong.
It does. It's like family. Me and my lieutenant really close. So I drive, and so lieutenant and driver kind of go hand in hand, like as far as closeness, and he generally, the driver kind of handles the guys. Kind of a buffer between.
Right.
So you're a leader.
Yeah. You're supposed to be.
Supposed to be. So what's the stretch like when you are on a shift? Do you live there for 3 days straight?
No, so our shifts are 24 hours. So it's 1 day on, 1 day off. Okay. 1 day on, 1 day off.
So pretty much
1 day on, 4 days off.
Oh, so they give you a good little break.
Yeah. So I got off Saturday morning, and I'm off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I go back Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every other night
then it starts back.
Every other night you're crashing at the.
About. Yeah.
Where are you stationed?
Summer and National, Station 17.
Summer and National?
Yeah, basically Highland and Sam Cooper.
Okay.
Right there, that area.
Oh, yeah.
Like on the way down to the zoo.
Yeah, that's, relatively speaking, really close to Luke's place.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we make runs.
Take it down to Park. Yep. Take Highlander Park.
Yeah.
Not far.
We actually make runs
Sherwood
right by his
Forest.
house. Mm-hmm.
Right next to Orange Mound.
Oh, dude, you're right close to that. Yeah.
The mound.
Orange Mound.
So you lived there. Joe lived there. I think Matt even lived there.
Yeah. Me and Joe wrote a lot of songs there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a great little house. I enjoyed it.
It was like the halfway house for all the band members.
Yeah. At the time I had a decent job. The couple of years I hated the job. It was at Pfizer. I just was miserable working in a warehouse, but they had good insurance but also 401k.
Yeah.
I had some money saved up and stored away. So when Joe said he was moving out, I was like, oh, man, I don't have any furniture. Everything I owned was just in my room, just a bed, and I was like, can I buy everything off of you? And I stroke him $1,000 check.
Did you Dr. Joe used it?
I gave him $1,000 and I got all the furniture, the dining room table, all the plates, all the cups.
Oh, man.
He just walked out and left.
Did you have to?
And I had a fully furnished house for $1,000. There you go. It was awesome. But I had to tap into this stupid 401k to make that happen.
Yeah.
Good times. Yeah. It was good times. But so what anything got, new coming up? Or, I know you said you were going to the studio, but as far as Mudflap Kings.
I mean, we're still playing.
Mudflap
Kings. Still playing, we got some gigs coming up.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Well, we need to get to one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Derrick and I made
Derrick just needs to play one of these.
Yeah, man.
We get out
Told
and
you
go
to
see.
call me. I already found another guy, though. So.
We go see all these bands now because we have the podcast and we want material to talk about and we want to just meet as many musicians as we can.
Yeah.
So we need to come to one of your Mudflap King shows.
Which one's Mud and which one's Flap King?
I'll be the Flap King.
Mud and the Flap Kings.
So I don't know if y'all have heard of a guy named Sundance Head. He was on the Voice, I think. Voice or American Idol, something. Anyway, I got to open up for him at Lafayette's.
Oh, cool.
Chip Knox did.
Right. Yeah, not him, Chip Knox.
Which one of you opened up for?
Now, who's here right now?
There's actually 3 Chips in the van, so it gets really, really confusing.
In St. Louis, the bar owner was like, y'all are third Chips. I don't know.
Chips cubed.
Who's the third?
Triple Chip.
Triple chip.
Triple chip.
So my dog's name is Knox.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, so I was laying on the floor, and I don't know, me and my wife were talking, and I had been kicking around like the solo stuff. Should I just go with Chip E, Eddlemen? Eddleman just isn't conducive.
Is that why he was Chip Eddie?
They shortened it. Yeah, Chip
Eddie.
So anyway, I was just laying there, and she said, Chip Knox, and I was like, hey.
She was calling both dogs.
Yeah, she was calling the 2 dogs on the floor. And we both looked up.
Squirrel? Oh, you gotta play it. This is what y'all did. I ruined it.
You screwed that
up. God, this is what I need.
Shut up, man.
You guys want to hear all our hack sounds? Yeah, we're gonna have fun.
All at once. Yeah, let's
do it. This is when things are really, really stressful.
That's pretty bad.
Podcasting, there's this timeline thing. Like right now, we're talking about current events, but by the time someone watches this interview, it's a month old, 2 months old, whatever. So we got
Great Scott
from Back to the Future. If we flake out when Jeff, kisses ass to a guest.
Shut up, man.
Yeah,
he has not done that yet.
Just a cool thing from Friday. So these are resident sounds. Thanks for letting us play.
Absolutely.
What's it going to sound like with all of these?
Holy crap. I think our audience just tuned out.
Well, man, this has been fun, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
This has been so cool to catch up. We could do 5 episodes and not fully catch up. But I just want you guys to know, though, like, man, I love you guys, always have. I'm always excited when our paths cross.
Yeah.
If it goes 2 years, it's always like it's been a day.
Absolutely.
It's really cool. So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you, man.
We love you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad they do.
Bring a tear to a glass eye.
I'm glad they do. Well, before we say bye, Jeff, let's.
Oh God, I got to go to work.
Yeah, it's time to work.
Okay,
chump. But so again, Mondays, 6 p.m. Central, Facebook, YouTube is when our full video goes out, and every Monday morning on Apple, Spotify, and all the other major platforms.
Yep. And don't forget, the second Monday of every month, we are going to be having our watch party at Sidecar Memphis. Mm-hmm. Please come out and check that out.
Yeah.
And you can catch us on Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, Apple, all those great places.
And we have merch, y'all, and retail space. So we got shirts, hats, coffee mugs, and tumblers at Boba Cream down here on 131 West Carmer Street down here in Hernando.
I've never used Bubba Cream. Does it work?
Not for what you think.
I mean to mess that up.
That is awesome. I love it. It works. It works really good.
Yeah.
But
Cleared it up.
well, awesome. Chip Eddleman, Chip Doty. I love you guys. Thanks for coming down here. We'll do this again.
Yeah, man. Love you, bro.
Love you, dude.
Thanks for
Take
having
care,
us.
y'all.